What's up, guys? Anthony, my man Jay,
What's up, guys?
hanging out. What is it? Thursday evening, May
23rd.
23rd. We're going to give you a little fishing report, kind of what we've been doing up north here in Northern California, fly fishing wise. This is the time of year where there's a ton of options. We're fishing a lot of different places. Where you been the last couple of days? What's going on, Jay?
I went and checked out Hat Creek the other day on my own, and then I worked today on the pit in Bernie Creek. It was
How was Hat Creek?
Hat Creek's great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hat Creek's always a fun place. Fish the riffle a little bit.
Yeah.
Had,
See some bugs?
Had some clouds.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of dry fly eats. It was really fun.
Hell yeah. This is the time of year we get to fish dry flies more than pretty much any other time of year, huh?
Especially on those cloudy days. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
And we looks like we got, in the next couple of weeks, we got plenty more of that too. Weather's been kind of funky all spring. It's been pretty funky.
Lots of rain.
Even last week, man, we had a lot of rainfall up here. The rivers have stayed in fishable shape for the most part. We're finding good fishing, but it's been kind of crazy. Some wind, some rain. It looks like for the next few days, though, we're going to have some pretty good weather. Maybe a system or two moving in, some showers, but I think the weather should be all right.
Yeah,
finally
warm,
stabilizing.
partly cloudy,
Warm.
which is
Yeah.
I like.
Up over the
Not too much
70
wind.
degrees.
Finally,
Fuck, that wind will kick your butt some days.
that could change though. You never know.
But it looks nice. It looks nice. We've been our bread and butter. Most of the year is the Lower Sac, and we had some really, really good days in the last week on the Lower Sac. We had a snotty day, and we had caddis come off in big numbers, and the fish had the feed bags on, and it was silly. So we had a few days like that. It warmed up and shifted a little bit. We've had more mayflies the last couple days, a couple caddis still, but this is the time of year where we start seeing a lot of bugs hatching. So not that we're fishing dry flies a ton yet, but they're chowing the nymphs and the emergers really well. So the Lower Sac's been excellent. Flows are at $8,000. They seem to be like they're going to be stable there for a while. They've been that way for 2 or 3 weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to stay that way for the next week or two until they get that summer demand to bump the flows up a little bit. So the Sac's been a very good option, for us.
Yeah.
What else? So you were on pit today. What?
Bernie Creek and Pit today.
Yeah.
Bernie Creek's flowing a little high, which is really fun. Gives you more water to fish. Lots of trout in there right now.
Yeah.
And then the Pit was awesome. The flows are a little higher than normal. They're at 500.
And usually we're at 300 this
300,
time?
yeah. And the trout they don't seem to mind. They really like that high water.
It's awesome. Water's clean. Looks good.
Water's clean. Fish are happy.
Yeah. We'll be out there the next few days,
Got a nice
too.
brown today there. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that was a killer brown.
Yeah.
It was a great fish.
And then the McLeod is still a little bit high.
Mm-hmm.
Spots
McLeod
there
is high.
Are little spots there are
a little bit trickier to find.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a little less water to fish, but some really good fishing. With that being said, I know Buck and a couple of the boys have been down there last week, and they had really good days of fishing. Especially if you can move a little bit right now. You're not going to stay in a spot for an hour and whale on one spot. If you can stick and move a little bit right now in the McLeod with those higher flows, you're going to find some really good fishing. There's some road closures right now at Ash Camp, so you're going to do some walking up there. I know you can get into the Conservancy and Audinaw.
They had some issues with the roads this winter washing out, so
So you're gonna walk a little more, at least on the upper end, the Ash Camp stuff. But the lower river, the lower part of the McLeod, I know you can get into the spots you need to get into. I know the fishing's been very good. Everyone's been stoked with their days down there so far. So we're fired up. It's an awesome time of year. Like I said, there's so many options right now for us to take people fishing, walking, wading, drift boats, rafts, certain places. So we're fired up. It's going to be a really good week, I think. Good weekend coming up. Everyone's going to be out this weekend. We'll be on the Sac, the Pit, the McLeod. The upper Sac's still a little high, but the stoneflies are moving around good, and we should get some really good dry dropper fishing coming up here in early June. Early June is the big stonefly time. Golden's in those big salmon flies. So
lots of stoneflies out on the Pit today. PMDs. The other night I saw drakes and a few yellow sallies on Hat Creek.
Yeah, awesome.
But
yeah,
it was really
lot of good options, guys. If you can steal away for the next week or so. I would suggest getting up here and checking out some of these rivers. It's one of our favorite times of year.
Don't forget Fall River. As soon as it gets warm, that's gonna be kicking in.
Fall River's another great one this time.
The Valley's an awesome place. If you guys want to check it out, never had, it's definitely worth going.
Yep. So I think that's it, guys. We're gonna check in with you next week, give you another update. Stay tuned in. We'll keep feeding you guys what you want to see. Thank you.
Later.